Salute. Salute, Nick Nation. How's everybody doing out here? Hope everybody is well. The streets are certainly buzzing. MSG buzzing out here. New York Knicks fan base buzzing after the New York Knicks picked up a big dub against Detroit in their first preseason opener. Salute to Knicks Nation. Salute to the chat. We're going to have a great conversation, get into it, talk about our feelings towards the first preseason opener and what's to come, our impressions. And I'm feeling good, feeling even better with my predictions for this season. Of course, we don't overreact after the first preseason game, but certainly it was a big performance. Very, very, very big performance out here in Knicks Nation. Salute to everybody. Salute chat. Let's get it, baby. Frederick in the house. Salute fam. How you feeling out here? Big buzz this preseason. Absolutely big buzz this season, baby. Good morning out here, everybody. Jerry, salute Knicks, baby. Let's get it. Great performance. Sharp Powers in the house. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's out here. Facts, 100%. And as the chat piles through, Knicks Nation was a great performance to open it out. Lots to talk about, but a lot of good things to come of this game. And first and foremost, Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett. Didn't they look good? Didn't they look real good with this situation, right? Look real nice out here in limited minutes. That's another positive out of that game. Starters got in, did their thing. A lot of players got opportunities as well. We'll talk about it. But yeah, for me, Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett looked ready from the get-go, man. And what I've been talking about, the continuity, the chemistry from this team, it looks good. It looks really good early on from this situation. The Knicks felt comfortable. They led wire to wire with this thing. Of course, the Knicks started favorite, and so they should have. And they look comfortable all game long. And it was a beautiful game to see from these New York Knicks stand up, and it sets it up. Big game against Indiana Pacers, back-to-backs coming in on Friday night. Knicks, it's going to be popping, and a lot of people starting to pay more attention, to the Knicks out here. Well, Detroit was a nice young athletic team, but the Knicks were in control. Knicks led wire to wire. Salute, Mike boy, salute. Let's get it. Jalen Brunson, I predicted him, you all know, as my team MVP for the New York Knicks this season. And he just came in and he looked like every bit the part, early on. Well, took it straight to Jaden Ivey in the first possession of the game, basically. Known for what he's known for, really good at, which is penetrating, taking it to the rack, getting penetration, dishing, kicking it out. It was just a good overall point guard floor general game from Jalen Brunson. He got teammates involved, 5 assists, was efficient. What else is new with Jalen Brunson? We're going to be saying that a lot this season. Best believe that. With us 7 of 9 from the field. Fam, shot well. But like I said, I really like the fact that he got people involved, got us in our sets quickly, and the offense was flowing. The offense looked as good as I've seen it for, going back. It will be definitely going back to over 2 years ago. That situation. Again, early preseason reactions, but definitely look good. Look real good. I'm excited for this season as well. The New York Knicks finally got a good point guard as well, locked up at a great contract. It's going to make this team better each and every night. Cannot wait. I'm hyped for this thing. And the other big man had a big night out was star Jay Barrett. First game donning the orange and blue since signing the big deal. RJ Barrett handled his business against Detroit. 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 8 of 14. Was efficient as well. Jalen Brunson got him better looks as well. He looked stronger, bigger. RJ Barrett set for a huge year as well. I'm hyped, ladies and gentlemen. It was a great first up performance from these Knicks overall. And honorable mentions to Mitch. Julius will chop up the box score and look ahead. Yeah, in terms of surprises, there was no surprises really for me. I expected the Knicks to handle their business, but I was just really particularly impressed with the offense and the defense. With that, Deuce McBride, great game, 5 assists. Sorry, 5 steals. Was it getting into people, being a pest like he does, getting into passing lanes, disrupting, picking guys up full court. That was beautiful to see. The Knicks played with pace. They played with a lot of energy, which is what you want to see. And we've talked about how important it is this season, coming out the gate and performing on the home floor, you know, putting in solid first quarters, third quarters, getting out the gate real well. Knicks Nation got to be pleased with the hot start. And we open our account with a dub for 2022-2023 season. Stand up, Knicks Nation, New York Knicks. And Tom Thibodeau was very pleased, sung the praises of Jalen Brunson. He gives you whatever you need, he said. Jalen Brunson can give you scoring, passing, as well, penetrating, just has the defense collapsing as well. Shifty in isolation, has the step back moves, up and under. I mean, it was the full repertoire out there. It was beautiful to see, not going to lie. Not going to lie. And cannot wait to see more of it. It's going to be a fun season, Knicks Nation. Look forward to rocking out all season long. But yeah, those two gentlemen on the screen, Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett, are going to be key to the Knicks' success this season more than any other players, I feel. RJ Barrett was my X factor, and Jalen Brunson was my team MVP. Right? It was just beautiful to see them have, a big performance on the preseason opener, and also being efficient. Yeah, as a team, the team just looked really familiar with one another. Team chemistry, moving around, sharing the rock as well. That was just beautiful, beautiful to see with that situation. As we look at the box score, shout out chat. Streets are buzzing, and like I said earlier at the top of the show, the minutes distribution was beautiful. Tom Thibodeau, he's obviously going to start playing heavier minutes as the preseason goes along. But with that said, first up, hit out, it was perfect minutes distribution as well. Starters did their thing, put the beat down, and also guys like Obi Toppin got 22 minutes. Hartenstein impressed me a lot. Yep, really, Hartenstein really impressed me a lot. We'll talk about him. But yeah, for the starters, they did their thing. Look at all the pluses. We know the story from seasons past where the bench had to, pick the starters up, but it wasn't the case this time, man. It was pluses all round for Julius, Mitch, Brunson, Fournier, and Barrett. With that, obviously, Quentin Grimes was out with the injury, nothing serious. Quentin Grimes resting up. He'll be good, hopefully for the next matchup against Indy. But Evan Fournier played 18 minutes, was 1 of 3. Well, didn't get many shots off. With that, just 5 points. Yeah, 18 minutes. A reduced role first up. But yeah, Bully Barrett, 8 of 14. You love to see that. And a 3 of 5 from 3-point land, and 2 of 2 from the free throw line for RJ Barrett. Game ball plus 23 and 21 points. RJ Barrett, right? As Jerry hits on, third quarter starters began 10 for 10. Man, looked great. but it's only one preseason game. Facts. We'll see going forward, but it's a great start, right? Yeah. Shout out Jerry. Absolutely, man. It's impressive to lead, throughout the whole game, wire to wire as well. Detroit young team coming together, but like I keep hitting on, everyone, fam. I think the Knicks' strength that not a lot of people have talked about, an underrated strength for the New York Knicks, is the chemistry and familiarity with this squad. Well, we added Jalen Brunson, season point guard, Hartenstein, but for the most part, everyone else is coming in familiar. Yeah, Obi, Quickly, Rose, Barrett, Randle, Mitch, etc. So I think the New York Knicks' strength this season is going to be their chemistry. Well, um, our roster is very good. Our roster is good, but the chemistry, the familiarity with this situation, and the D is going to help propel this team to bigger things. I predicted 8 seed, 45 wins. Obviously anything's possible. Every season has a mind of its own with this thing. But if the Knicks get out hot, that's just going to refresh expectations. I best believe that out here. As Knick fans, want to see exciting ball this season. That's all we really want to see. We want to see team ball, and we want to see the team play hard, get in people, and establish that identity that it's going to be tough to beat each and every night, tough to beat on their home floor, and a well-oiled machine with this thing. Um, Solid hit out for Julius Randle, 18 minutes, but very efficient, 6 of 10, 2 of 4 from three-point land as well. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. I like to see that from Julius. Julius doesn't have to score as much as he's had to in years past. With that, so yeah, Julius is going to play a different role this season, and he did play under control with this thing. And like I keep saying, I think Jalen Brunson's impact on Julius is going to be really key for this team. But for Julius Randle, particularly, well, I'm not forced to isolate a hell of a lot. That was Julius's biggest shortcoming. Was isolating too much, and that's not going to be the case, right? Because we've got another great isolation player in Brunson, right, leading the team. He's going to have the ball in his hands more, and like a lot of fans say, a better version of Julius is a version of Julius without the ball in his hands, stuck to his hands so often. Um, the New Orleans Pelicans Julius is the kind of Julius I want to see, where the point guard is the one getting him in his spots, getting him in his spots to his strengths, getting him downhill, and then hitting him when he's rolling. Julius Randle, when he's rolling to the basket, he is tough to stop with that. Um, we know the Julius that we don't want to see. That's the one, you know, bringing the ball up more than he needs to with that. Again, let the point guard get it up fast, get Julius rolling downhill. So I like that. Obviously, shooting 50% from three is is a great sight to see again from Julius. 2 years ago, we all know what that was. But if Julius can get back to shooting 38% from three, is going to be big for this season. It's going to be big. Um, yeah, again, I love the minutes distribution from this first game up. Right, it was a feel good win. Everyone played their role, and they didn't play a lot of minutes as well. A clean bill of health, except Cam Reddish, which we'll talk about. But earlier speculation is that it's not serious for the Cam Reddish ankle roll. But yeah, for the most part, it was just good to see everybody get out of this hit out unscathed, and also just a perfect first up feel good win. For everybody to get in their spots, get on the score sheet, and and establish some chemistry, some identity as well. But like Jerry hits on, the starters brought it for this one, fam. The starters brought it, and that's what you really want to see with this thing. What else stood out to me outside of Randle, Brunson, RJ, Mitchell Robinson, 18 minutes, 3 of 3 as well. Didn't rebound as much as he needed to, really. What is it, 4 rebounds, a steal, 3 blocks. That's what you wanna see, man. Highlight blocks from Mitch Robb, the block nest monster, plus 18 with 6 points. Well, playing his role, man. I said, bold prediction is Mitchell Robinson becoming in the conversation for an all-defensive team. Well, that'd be beautiful to see if Mitch stays healthy. You love to see it. 3 blocks, man. The dude is an absolute monster, on the defensive side, protecting that rim. And for the success of this team this season, defense above league average with Tom Thibodeau for the past 2 seasons. So I think our defense is we've got better personnel. Our defense can take another step. And Mitchell Robinson's a huge key to that. Great hit out from Mitch. Again, 18 minutes was beautiful. The 3 blocks, that one when the very early one, the help block as well, which set the Knicks out in transition. That was perfect, man. Turning defense into offense is really what you want to see with that. He raved about Jalen Brunson's impact as well so far as well. And, it's going to be a highlight for this season to see those lobs to Mitch Robb getting in it and blocking shots. Um, Obviously, we'd love to see a more expanded offensive game, from Mitch this season. There's no doubt about it. But, you know, small steps with Mitch. He didn't put up a shot, really, in terms of a 3-point shot, or he didn't shoot any free throws. But 3 of 3, most of them were all around the rim. And that's Mitch's game. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound, putbacks, rim threat as well, and just be the best at what he can be. Be healthy, be consistent, and is a huge part of this team is Mitchell Robinson as well. And I'll pivot to backing up Mitch. Isaiah Hartenstein played more minutes, 27 minutes for Isaiah, 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point land. Well, that's what he brings, ladies and gentlemen. Isaiah Hartenstein, that's what he brings. Yep, no doubts about it. Jerry says Cam or Grimes backing up RJ is the only question left of Tibbs' rotation. Other 9 spots are set. Brunson, Rose at point, Fournier IQ at the 2, Randle, Obi, power forward, Mitch and Hartenstein at the 5, right? RJ and Cam or Grimes for that situation, right? Great points, Jerry. The beautiful thing is we've got 3 more games as well of preseason action. We can continue to watch and see this team's chemistry evolve and chop this thing up more. And we'll have the streets buzzing, But I like what you said in terms of stability with this roster, um, and that's the big key. Like, how many years past has this roster had so much turnover? New pieces, a lot of new pieces having to acclimate, things like that. That ain't the case this season. For the New York Knicks, they know each other now. They got chemistry. Brunson's been in New York for most of the summer, right? Straight after the playoffs, he was in the gyms, doing the runs in Brooklyn, the runs in the Sky Gym, the runs in the Bronx as well, Pro City, and building chemistry with this team. So yeah, Brunson is come out hot, right? And he's right at home with this situation and knowing his teammates. But yeah, everyone else got that kind of chemistry down, and I think that's huge, for this team this season. Um, but yeah, man, the rotation. There's nothing like having more certainty with that. But I really like Deuce McBride's game. I think he could easily slot in if D Rose or quickly need a breather. They need some rest, and we'll talk about it more. But yeah, the beautiful thing is this season too. We keep saying, man, not everyone needs to play 38 minutes no more. I don't, I don't really believe that should be true. For the first 30 odd games, keep everybody fresh, man. Play everybody 32 minutes, or the starters. Don't play Julius any more than 32, and you could start to give Obi and Hartenstein and Mitch some minutes there as well, and share it round, man. King Puppy in the house, salute. Blessings to all. Appreciate you. Let's get it. He says, good morning, salute, and blessings, my brother. Appreciate you, fam. With that, I'm just buzzing after that first hit out as well. It was a fun game. Nothing like seeing a wire to wire victory at MSG, and there's going to be many, many more this season. Best believe that. Um, but the fashion that it happened was just even better, man. First up, and yeah, like I said, Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett doing their thing as well. It's beautiful to see, man. I mean, if Brunson's given you 16 points and 5 assists in like, yeah, how many minutes was it again? In very reduced minutes. It's just going to be beautiful. It's a preview to come for the highs that Jalen Brunson is going to reach this season. But he came in with a point to prove. I just love the fact that he took it to Ivy straight out, just drove and took the contact, and he means business this season. Jalen Brunson, right? He left the Dallas Mavericks, right, a Western Conference contender, to take on this challenge of a bigger role, and I love that in him. And he's New York's own as well. Raised as a Knick fan. Well, number 11, stand up in your Boulevard 73, stand up, peace. Jalen Brunson's first hit out, man. It was very, very, very impressive with that. It just looked effortless to me, like he wasn't really trying, fam, right? And Bully Barrett's 21 points was effortless as well. I guess things look so effortless when you're efficient. 8 of 14 from Star J, right? Being efficient like that all season long, that's going to help him be an all-star. And Jalen Brunson too, 7 of 9, getting to the free throw line, getting to the cup, and balling out. You already know what it is. Cash out, salute, salute, salute. Knicks lead wire to wire, pick up that big first dub, right? Get it out the way, and let's go undefeated. Now, taking each game at a time, not trying to get carried away, but the Knicks do look pretty good. Early chemistry's there. Another hit out at MSG Friday night Knicks. It's going to be popping. We'll be there. Uh, post game, chopping it up. Yeah, to get 2 wins first out will be beautiful for this thing. Then we head to Indiana, and then we head back to face Washington. Well, salute Kaiser. Grimes is backing up Fournier. Grimes is not a 3. He's a shooting guard at the moment, right? And feel bad for Cam Boulevard. Yep, with that situation. I think Cam going to be cool. I don't think it's as serious from what we've heard. It was a mild ankle sprain, um, but I think he could have come back into the game from what I'm hearing. So let's see the injury report, fam. But yeah, you certainly want to see each player, with a clean bill of health, to start this season and have their best chance in camp scrimmages and practice to earn minutes with this thing. Yeah, because yeah, as we see with the minutes distribution, it looks like Tom Thibodeau is going to be more open to easing the minutes distribution with this thing. I think they've learned in the last 2 seasons they went pretty hard on the squad, during camp, and dudes carried little nagging injuries into the season, which we don't want this time around. We want these guys being fresh and ready to play hard each and every night. And I think playing 32 minutes max for these starters is really going to help, um, especially Julius, Brunson, Mitch as well. Um, RJ, I'm cool with him playing 39 minutes. He's so young, durable as well. That ain't going to affect Star J at all. But if Fournier starts, man, I don't want him playing any more than 28. I don't want Fournier any more than 28. He doesn't need to, with fresh legs off the bench. Um, Brunson, I'm cool with him even playing 32, no more than that. Keep him cool for down the stretch. It's going to be a big season, 82 games. Well, we want one of our best players, fresh and feeling good, and we got more guards off the bench than you can imagine. So I think keeping Brunson's minutes down low will be real nice for me as well, and we could even it out with Quickly and D Rose. And again, I was really impressed with Deuce McBride. We'll touch on the bench a lot more as the chat's buzzing out here. Knicks Nation salute, best chat in the biz. And Mitch, Mitch is another dude. He don't need to play more than 30 minutes to be honest, because of Sims, Hartenstein, Randle, Obi, a lot of options at the five. A lot of options at the five with that. Yep. Yeah, facts. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. I too hope Tibbs goes with the 32-minute or so limit with the starters. Yep. But he has never in his career, right? Yep. That is a good point. Um, let's hope he's got his feelings with this squad intact, in terms of knowing what was the undoing in the last few years, and we got more depth now. So Tom Thibodeau needs to adjust, fam. This is the knock on him. Yeah, and 64 years old, it's hard to see him change, right? And it may ultimately be his downfall. Yep, says Jerry. Yep, facts. Yep, great point. What I'd say to that is also, yeah, know the points throughout the season, fam. With the tough road trips, back to backs, things like that, fam. Tom Thibodeau got to ride his bench a lot more and prepare for an 82 game season. You know, yep. But I could see that being his downfall, right? You're right. Yep. A bit of talk about IQ is being the backup, not even in question. With that, I think IQ definitely going to be playing next to Rose. I think Tibbs absolutely loves that lineup. Um, but in terms of what Kaiser was saying, also with Grimes not being a traditional three, um, he is undersized as well for that spot as well. But that just may need to be where the Knicks plug him in. I think when he's ready to get minutes. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see with that situation. We know Tibbs loves him IQ. He's going to get a lot of minutes. In fact, I'm very confident that IQ gets more minutes than Rose, throughout the course of the season. In terms of, if we fast forward to the end of this season, we total up everybody's minutes. I'm confident IQ's minutes are going to be more than D Rose with that. But yet we need to keep D Rose fresh for down the stretch with that. Kaiser says RJ should also try to keep the minutes down to 32. Even a young player can wear down and become prone to the injuries. Yep, with overuse. Right. Yep, I agree. Yep, especially early in the season too. Let's keep dudes fresh for, later in the season, right? When we call it money time. Yeah, basically. And King, salute to all Knicks Nation. Hope everybody's good out here. Well, it was a great first up win, beating the brakes off Detroit as well. Nothing like giving a good confidence boost as well for the coach, the squad as well. But yeah, it is just preseason. I'm just evaluating what I saw from the one game, but we got 3 more games as things start to heat up. Um, Maybe if I had to make my prediction, chat fam, that I think he will go with this kind of minutes distribution, one more game, is in you're easing guys in, and then perhaps the last 2 games, Tom Thibodeau will put his foot down on the gas and ramp up the minutes as well. But yeah, this is a great conversation about ideal minutes throughout this season, because this is what I really love to see. In terms of what Tibbs did, it actually kind of surprised me. Um, I did say, earlier before the game, I did feel like Tom Thibodeau was going to play these guys more in this first up matchup. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was going to give everybody 30, 32 minutes straight away. With 4 preseason games, we know what Tom Thibodeau loves, And IQ going to be playing backup 1 or 2. He's too small to guard the 6-foot wings out there. Right, yep. Although, yeah, He is stronger now. He's quick, but yeah, you're right, man. One or the two is his ideal spot. Absolutely facts. Yo, yep. Salute tie on in the house. What's good? Let's get it. Quiet money, fam. Salute, salute. How you feeling out here? Jerry says IQ will get more minutes than D Rose, but D Rose will get his minutes at point. IQ will get some at the two. Yep, yep. Facts, Jerry. Facts. Uh, I guess that's the advantage Quick has. You know, D Rose has to play the one, but yeah, IQ can play a bit of one and two with that situation, right? But yeah, D Rose playing just 6 minutes. That was a big surprise um, as well. In talking about Tom Thibodeau's stubbornness, is he going to show us anything different this season? Yeah, maybe there's been some internal discussions. Not necessarily from Tibbs' side of things, but maybe like others influencing Tibbs to say, "Hey, man, if we want to keep D Rose for this season, we need to play him less. Yeah, we need to keep him fresh." That Cash Out says, "I think they are grooming Deuce to be the backup to Brunson, and Rose will get minutes here and there." Right, facts. Uh, I think that could happen maybe after Rose is traded. Cash Out. But yeah, I like the idea of Groom and Deuce. That's for sure, man. Keep him as that weapon off the bench, picking dudes up full court. Getting in passing lanes, being so disruptive. You know, Deuce McBride, man, he was surprising the Pistons out there, man, with his aggression. He was playing super aggressive defensively, and I love to see it. Tom Thibodeau loves to see it. We love to see it. And here's the thinking, right? If you're Deuce McBride, you're only going to get no more than 15 minutes. So why not make the hell of those 15 minutes and be an absolute pest? Pick up 4 fouls. You're only going to play 15 minutes. So, why play passive? Play aggressive. And that's Deuce McBride's ticket into the rotation. I think if there's an injury or we need to change the tempo of the game for 3 to 4 minutes, man, throw Deuce out there. Getting dudes pockets. He'll be wearing point guards like a cheap suit, getting up in guys and doing their thing out here. He'll be wearing point guards. Yep, absolutely. Salute Kerry. Let's get it. Salute. Yep. McBride's D. Yep. Gary says if he develops a midi, it's going to be hard to keep him out of the lineup. Yep. In fact, mid-range shooting is actually Deuce McBride's strength. In terms of offensive skill set that he has, displayed in the past with that. So yeah, he just got to be efficient, I think. But yeah, um, I always say I love this about a player, right? You don't need to be okay at many different things. You just need to be great at a couple of things, right? And if you're great defensively, you're going to earn minutes. You're going to find yourself a home in the league because you're great at something, right? Deuce McBride, his defense is on point with that. With that said, he played 23 minutes, a lot of mop up duty, but 3 of 7 from the field. Uh, Missed all of his threes. That's the big key. Like the chat says, if Deuce can hit those threes, that's a big thing that's going to get him on the floor as well as Obi, I think. But yeah, he may not be a permanent fixture in the rotation, but Miles McBride's going to feature in this season. Best believe it. He's going to get opportunities. Pre and post trade deadlines. Injuries happen. It's going to be a marathon season, but that defense is going to keep him on the floor, right? Kaiser says between RJ Grimes, I don't see any minutes for IQ at the two. No, Kaiser doesn't see the many minutes for IQ. Maybe they are reducing Rose's role to that. That is a big possibility. But let's see with that. Johnny, salute. On that second unit, Rose and Hartenstein will be dope. I think we'll probably have more refined game plan. CT, do you think Tibbs' lineup is complete, or will it be decided during preseason? Yeah, great question, Johnny. I think Tibbs's rotation lineups are about like 85, 80 to 85% set, fam. Yep. I think he knows. And like I said, I think we really only got one more game where Tibbs will, share the minutes around a lot, like what we see here. But after the second Indy game, or after the first Indy game, and heading into the second Pacers game, I think it's going to be very resemblant of the opening night, and Tom Thibodeau is gonna have that team ready, for opening night. He doesn't want to play no games before that. But yeah, I think 85-80% set, Johnny, with that. Maybe some changes at the wing spot, but I think with Mitch, Hartenstein, Obi, Randle, and the guard spots pretty set with that. Um, but yeah, with Rose, I wouldn't be surprised if Rose is very reduced to 15 to 18 minutes early on. Um, Also, Rose is always dedicated to his health, weighing only 190 pounds, a lighter D Rose. I like that. I really, really do like that. And hopefully he's healthy. Yeah, and D Rose does give us that punch with IQ, with the wing, with Obi and Hartenstein. That's going to be most of our favorite lineups. Just keeping it a buck. Um, and then maybe a couple of them in the closing lineups with Brunson as well. Um, you know, and it's just a joy to watch Brunson play as well. But I do love the bench lineup. You know, the pace they play with as well. It's exciting. They get up and down. They slam it. Rim running. Getting into guys defensively. Defensive energy. Um, with that, yeah, it does look like Fournier is the front runner still. Wouldn't be shocked if Fournier loses his spot, but it's looking more likely. I think that Fournier gets that opening night with that unit and the shooting as well. Jerry says if Cam beats out Grimes to back up Star J, and I do think right or wrong, Cam will get first shot. Grimes will join McBride as situational. Just shows how much better we are. Is that right? Yeah, a lot of situationals, more depth. A third lineup could be real nice still. Um, yeah, with Cam, hopefully the injury ain't serious, and he gets minutes in all three of the next games. Well, because yeah, preseason's a great opportunity to show Tibbs, and show what he can do with this squad. Man, I like him in a lineup with RJ and Brunson, well, and Randle and Mitch running up and down. I think that'd be a very very strong unit for us this season, right? Very athletic, long. Everyone would be above 6'6" except Brunson. That cash out. There's no way Deuce can't be in the rotation. How do you sit someone with 6 steals playing that hard? It's hard too. It'd be hard to sit that. I agree. Uh, Deuce, did he pick up 6 steals? Yes, he did. Yep, I said 5 steals. It's 6 steals. So thanks for correcting me on that, man. 6 steals, very impressive. Well, we knew what Deuce McBride's capable of, but it's just great to see him first up, come out, yeah, and show that, hey, man, everyone's sleeping on me. You know, people been sleeping on me, and here's the defense that I bring. Tom Thibodeau, I know you like defense. Give me some minutes. Um, So yeah, a pesky team like Indiana, they got guards. They got a lot of guards. Um, they got Halliburton up there still. Chris Duarte. Well, we need to contain them, slow them down. Just do some. Miles McBride get another opportunity to play 23 minutes. Who knows? Um, I do think he got a lot more minutes because the game was under control. Let's see. But if I have to guess, I think Tom Thibodeau goes one more game with a relaxed rotation, you know, with shared minutes, and then I think the second to last and last preseason game, he goes full tilt. Quiet says Tibbs' hands were tied as far as how the minutes distribution would go because he still had to establish the culture at the same time. Right. Yep. Yep. Still feeling out his squad, in terms of establishing that culture at the same time. Yep. Especially with I think a lot more mixing and matching. I think he could feel more comfortable with different lineups. If I have to guess, I feel like Tom Thibodeau would have a lot more confidence in a few different lineups that maybe we haven't seen with the additions of Hartenstein and Brunson up in here, right? Because those dudes can really offer the Knicks something quality minutes as well that we players that we didn't have. Nerlens Noel was never healthy, and point guard it was always like by committee, or it was a makeshift point guard with Alec Burks, Kemba. We Pet Payton, we could just never get it right. Yeah, cash out. CT, considering all aspects of both of their games, who do you think affects the game more overall? Deuce or Rose? Deuce, McBride, or Rose? And considering all of the aspects of both of their games, I gotta still give the nod to Rose, a cash out. Still got to give the nod to Rose just because his impact to score, and he's not a bad defender. He can close games out as well. But I love Deuce on the defensive side of things for a shake up, and just being a menace out there to the opposing point guards. Picking dudes up full court, and that'll keep Rose fresh as well. You let me know, who do you feel has the bigger impact on the game overall? And Quiet says, I can clearly see Obi's growth defensively since he being drafted. Yet he seemed to be finally grasping the schemes. Yep. That's studying, Quiet. That's work ethic. Yeah, appreciate that comment too. Yeah, in terms of Obi's improvement on the defensive side of things, right? He wants more minutes. He would have been talking to Tom and thinking, talking to the squad and thinking, how can I get more minutes? Because I can do things offensively. Um, but yeah, he's always been nimble, fleet of foot. Obi, he can if he can shift his feet laterally, stay in front of guards as well, that makes him even more dangerous defensively because yeah, he can get out on the break real quick. Well, he's got long arms as well, passing lanes. You know, I feel like the Knicks pick up a steal with Obi on the floor. It's basically a fast break. Yeah, he's a running fast break basically, and that's what makes us dangerous with that. I'd be shocked if D Rose doesn't get every minute at point that Brunson is resting. Right, shocked. That's going back to Tibbs's habits, fam, and his love for D Rose as well. I'm kind of with you on that. I'd be surprised if he does sit D Rose a lot more. Maybe given early in the season, maybe he wants to see what Quickly can give, what Miles can give. Um, but yeah, we know Tibbs is used to going full tilt with D Rose with that. So yeah, I'd be with you on that. I'll be surprised. Brunson going to play 36 most nights, so his backup ain't going to play much outside of the injuries with that. Um, I agree, Kaiser. I would say I'm assuming most games are going to be close. Um, as in we're going to be down the stretch battling in the fourth quarter to win the game, and that's when Brunson's going to definitely be on the floor to help us win the game and be that guy on the floor. But games that are blowouts, I think I could see him sitting Brunson a lot more with the confidence in the other guards with that situation. But yeah, um, if there's more blowouts, which we hope there's a hell of a lot more blowouts this season, and then yeah, it means we're winning, and it means these guys can get their rest. Yeah, yeah. But I think 36 is a nice sweet spot with that situation. Quiet says Rose is not needed to play a lot of minutes though in the preseason, yet he knows the system and what Tibbs wants more than anybody else. Right? Facts. Yep, absolutely facts. Fam, yep. I mean, how many seasons is this for D Rose, man? This is just a little warm up for D Rose. Yep, I agree. Kerry says, I think Tibbs is familiar with most of these players too to open a 10-man rotation. What do you think? Um, Tibbs being too familiar, yep, familiar enough with most of the players, yep, to open to a 10-man rotation. Yeah, I think 10-man is likely. Yep, and I think it's pretty much set. I think it's pretty much set right now. I think Cam Reddish may just be out of the rotation with this thing, barring injury. If Grimes ain't healthy, I think that'll give Cam that chance because Cam was playing before he got the ankle, uh, the little ankle sprain as well. Cash Out says the Memphis game is the ultimate test. Well, if we play well and win that game, it's off to the races. Facts, salute. Uh, when I first thought of the Memphis game, fam, I thought, you know what, it's a tough first start, but now I'm loving it. Yep, I'm absolutely loving it with that for that reason that you spelled out. Yep, it's a great test. Why not start off with a tough matchup and then get off to those easier games at MSG, right? Test ourselves, right? East Blue, Drew in the house. Salute. Let's get it. Everyone was in the right spots, and I love how they look, right? Yep. That's the key theme I'm feeling too, fam, because familiarity, chemistry is on our side, right? We saw Detroit, Ivy, Cade, new guys getting involved, and I'm just glad the Knicks didn't have a huge roster turnover because this squad can come out the gates hot. I think, right? The topic of the show is the Knicks start hot, and I won't be surprised, right, if we start the season real well, because we're not playing catch up. I don't feel right. Tibbs knows his rotation. He knows most of these dudes. Well, they look very, very motivated, right? From Julius to Rose to Fournier's got a chip to RJ's got a chip to Brunson's got things to prove as well. Mitch got things to prove getting the bag. So yeah, we're looking at a squad with chemistry and hard work, dedication as well, and they're motivated. Kaiser says Brunson going to be pushing the ball, and that's what we need this season, an up-tempo pace. We were among the worst in pace, in offensive efficiency, right? Yeah, couldn't agree more. You spelled that out. And that's the biggest strength Brunson brings, fam. The handle, running the team, but pushing the break, pushing the pace out there, right? Uh, I'm not so much looking for Brunson scoring, fam. Not so much looking for Brunson scoring, but assisting them. Like you see, in very small minutes, 5 assists, right? That dish where he drove under the bucket and kicked that out for an RJ3 was one of my favorite plays as well. And also running the break, kicking it out to Obi, with that situation. So yeah, he's going to be looking to set the table. I don't think Brunson's going to be looking to try to score no 25 a night. Well, 18 and 7, 18 and 8 would be nice on this team. I need Tibbs to keep some of the rotations and add in more. We are too deep. Too many ways Knicks can win. Right. Yep. Great points too. Yeah, fam. I'm excited for these next 3 preseason games because we get to see hopefully more minutes distribution, and we get that little glimpse of to what these weapons can look like, when utilized. And also keeping dudes fresh, right? As much as we want to be fine-tuned for the first season opener, we also want to keep guys fresh as well. So, um, in terms of minutes, look for the next game to maybe ramp up a little. Then the third game and the fourth game to be like all systems go. Astral off the chain, salute. Yeah, what I love is that everyone on the team can do a little bit of everything right now. Yep, yep, completely agree. East Blue, we're an underrated squad in terms of a lot of people like to look at other teams like, man, these guys got all-stars, and then what's the rest of their squad like? But for the Knicks, it's like, the big 15, the big 15 could be returning. with that thing. The Big 15 mantra. Yeah. And in terms of like what East Blue Drew's talking about too, a little bit of everything. Isaiah Hartenstein, ladies and gentlemen, Isaiah Hartenstein. I love what I saw from him with that. Yeah, and Mitch, the block nest monster, with that. So with that said, let me bring up the man, Isaiah Hartenstein. First game as a Nick, as well as Jalen Brunson. Well, talking about doing a little bit of everything. Man, shot 2 of 3 from 3-point land. That's nice, man. That's all I want to see. Man, I don't need to see him being no volume 3-point shooter, but just keep the defense honest. Pull dudes out. Um, Talking about like, we're playing the Bulls. Let's say Vucevic is stretching us out, pulling us out. We pull on Hartenstein, he can pull him out. Um, Not that Vucevic is no rim protection, so maybe that's not the best example, but yeah, let's say we're playing Minnesota and we need to pull Gobert out with that. You know, the fact that Hartenstein can stroke it was a beautiful sight to see. Yeah, as he puts on his Insta, good first day at the Garden. Let's keep building it, locked in, right? Yeah, yeah. A lot of people saying given that he giving them David Lee vibes, with the energy. What did you guys think overall? Hartenstein's energy that he brought as well with that second unit. Um, he's got the length, got some defensive skills, offensive skills. He can move the rock, he can defend the rim, and he can put the ball on the floor. He can shoot, he can rebound. Well, could be a sneaky underrated pickup. I feel bad for Cam. He looked really good, and I hope he plays on Friday. Yep. Prayers up, Cam. I think he'll be good. Um, it must be tough because, man, he hears all the talk. Is he starting? Is he going to be traded? Is he going to get any minutes? Is he out of the rotation? Does Tom Thibodeau not like him? All of those things are tough. But I guess for Cam, right, he got good teammates. We can say that, right? The New York Knicks squad is tight. From Obi, Randle, um, Quick, Rose will get behind you. RJ, his Duke buddy, will get behind him as well. Keep his head up, right? Um, that's my advice for Cam. Just keep his head up, yeah, and keep working. Just keep working, keep working. The talent's there. Well, we pray for health, consistency, and we see. I think we'll see by the trade deadline, what's shaken out. Yeah, in terms of the two new additions, man, were very, very um, it was very, very telling, and something that was really, really obvious to see on the floor. Two pieces that we didn't have last season, right? A point guard that could do it all, could could run the floor, get guys involved, can score in isolation, and a center that can pull people out, shoot, rebound, run the floor as well, stay healthy like Nerlens Noel couldn't. And yep, sky's the limit. Yep, for these two new pieces and this squad. I think with the additions, Brunson will not need to play 36 a night. That's a lot of minutes for him and his playing style. I'm thinking more like 32. Right, yep, I'm thinking that too, fam. I like that. Um, think about a lot more games where we could just handle our business like we did against Detroit. Think about that where it's approaching the end of the third and we're up by 17 points. That's a luxury we're gonna have a lot more of this season where we can rest Brunson, we can keep him fresh, right? Just throw Deuce out there for 6 straight minutes, just to be a pest, um, and share the minutes around, right? I'm with you on that. Score tied, 32 seconds left. Other team has the ball. Knicks need a stop. Gonna call timeout, whether we got stop or not. I'd love to see McBride, Grimes in to get that stop with Cam, RJ, and Mitch with that situation. Yeah, that's the talk about mixing and matching, fam. Good point. Um, you know, will Fournier and Randle be on the floor in those situations? Let's see. I want real accountability this season. And I want to see Tibbs use the weapons he got with that. Um, one thing's for sure, I'm hopeful Mitch can be on the floor to close more games out, hitting free throws, staying out of foul trouble, all of those beautiful things, that we want to see Mitch do more consistently. Um, because yeah, Tom Thibodeau talked about it. The best offensive rebounder in the game, right, is Mitch with that situation. So big big money making Mitch. It was a very, very impressive performance. 3 blocks, well, just 6 points, but was calm, stayed out of foul trouble, um, did his thing out there, looked like the right shape, right conditioning, and, it's gonna be a huge season for Mitch. Hart impressed me the minute I saw his back-to-back threes. Well, nice knowing you, Mitch. Um, that's gonna be fascinating, if he's offering us that consistently, like, that kinda shooting is in no fluke. He's doing that regularly, he's shooting 37, 39%, something like that. It's gonna be hard to keep his minutes down, fam, because 'cause I've longed me for a shooting 5-man that can pull the defense out. Think about the open lanes for Brunson, RJ, and Randle with that situation, man. Got me salivating at that, man. Bodega Wi-Fi, appreciate you, let's get it. Yep. Smash those likes, get the thumbs up like you know what's up. It's going to be a fun season. I cannot wait. Well, this preseason already got us buzzing. Well, throw us in the chat too any early impressions from any other team as well that you've seen so far. Well, it was nice to see the Suns lose to an Australian team. Well, that was nice. Them dudes balled out, shooting threes, raining threes on the Suns. That was one of my highlights so far as well. Um, the Pelicans look nice. Nice debut from Dyson Daniels. You know, um, some nice games overall. But yeah, preseason continues. Friday night Knicks will be there post game, chopping it up. Love me some Friday night Knicks versus Indiana, and it's going to be fun that matchup. First of the back to back. Yeah, I Heart Speed impressed me too. Right. Yep, he was keeping up. Yep, facts. He's actually a really good size in terms of like conditioning and shape. Fam, he can move up and down the floor real quick. Can Hart as well. So that's just another thing where we didn't quite anticipate how much of an impact Hartenstein can have on this team. And if he brings it, he gives us that different look all season long. Then that's not really accounted for from a lot of people's perspective. When grading the Knicks. Well, he's only underrated because the media did a good job of downplaying his skill sets. Yep. Yeah, and the contract too, fam. Yep. The fact that he was a unrestricted free agent as well. But yeah, I'm still pumping the brakes. I want to see him do it consistently. But yeah, we saw a glimpse, and that glimpse looked amazing, right? Popping back to back threes, right? Just like Victor Wembanyama was popping threes the other day. Right. Nothing more beautiful than seeing a big man just pull guys out and pop the three. Well, that's going to give this team a huge different look and potential, huge potential as well on the offensive side. And Deuce defense was crazy locked in. Yep. It was super crazy, right? But it's nothing we actually should be too surprised about. With that said, we want to see Deuce do that more often. I just want to see Deuce do that more often with that situation and and be ready. Like when his number's called, he's definitely going to be ready. East Blue Drew, I can count on that. I think Tom Thibodeau will have more confidence throwing Deuce out there for those kind of plays. You know, let's say there's 30 seconds to end the half. And we need to stop. And the point guard's going off. Put Deuce in. Well, he can shut things down. And turn the water off with that. Cash out impressions, Tyrese Maxey, yep. He's moving up the chain. That's for sure, fam. Tyrese getting that opportunity, and he's making the most of that, man. Salute that young man. Um, yeah, learning next to James Harden as well. That's going to be big season for Maxi, right? No lies there. Yet Quiet's on point too with Mitch's Hartenstein's change of pace off the bench, but he's not yet nowhere near the defender as Mitch. When we do play a better opponent, we can better evaluate. But I definitely I'm encouraged by what I saw. Right? Yeah, Quiet money on the money there. Yeah, nice change of pace, dude, and maybe that's his best role this season. 18 minutes, 16 minutes, be that energy guy off the bench. A more athletic Taj Gibson, setting screens, drawing charges, offensive rebounding, blocking shots, rim running, popping the three ball. I mean, I think he's going to be a stat stuffer, definitely. Now everyone want to tank for Victor, right? LOL. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. What I saw, man, I'm speechless. I'm speechless with what I saw with Victor Wembanyama, you know. And this is just early in the season, man. Imagine what's going to happen with the talk this season, man. People talking he's a KD, 7'4" KD with Rudy Gobert defensive instincts. I mean, the best talent since LeBron James. Chat, you guys tell me what you've seen. Um, from what you've seen of Victor Wembanyama so far, is he the best prospect since LeBron James of what we've seen so far? Drip more salute. Let's get it. Yeah, it was lit seeing Victor and versus Scoot as well. Salute for that being organized and getting that out there for everyone to see, man. It was a nice treat before the season, right? It was amazing, right? Yeah. Victor on the Spurs. It's just tantalizing trying to think of all the teams he could end up on, man. I was saying to a friend, Detroit, it's funny we just played Detroit, but years of Wembanyama with Cade and with Ivy or the Spurs, like you said. Um, who else could be in the running, right? Who else could be super bad? Indiana, maybe not. Houston, I think Houston Rockets could land Victor for sure, right? D's Water Hoops, appreciate you, salute, let's get it. Eric Richards, synchronization at work. This is just a glimpse into the future. Go Knickerbockers, go, right? Yep, facts, right? Synchronization, chemistry, and yeah, it's a lot to do with no roster, rarely any roster turnover. With that, yeah, we bring in Brunson and we bring in Hartenstein. Yeah, guys know their position now with Tibbs, and the schemes, right? But in terms of like Brunson's, first hit out, like I was prepared for him to look real good, but it just almost surprised me how effortless it looked, straight off. It was no overpay, it was no fluke what he did in the playoffs. As soon as the very first possession, he looked like that guy that was leading a team in the Western Conference Finals. He looked like that kind of point guard as well, able to get to his spots wherever he needs to go, knows what he's going to do with the ball, knows how to read the defense as well when he's in different situations. Um, he'll learn his teammates, and then he'll be even more dangerous. Like I'll I'll say that, once he even learns his teammates more and they develop more chemistry, then it's going to be lights out. Maverick Max, salute, jumping on, appreciate you. Yep, welcome out here. Yeah. Definitely an upgrade from Taj, right? Hartenstein, younger legs. The Knicks are finally getting younger in terms of that. Um, and if we make a big trade at the deadline with Fournier and Rose, we might be even one of the youngest teams in the league in terms of average age. With that, yeah. Oh man, the front office gonna want to go for that. I feel with that. Yeah. These Water Hoops, appreciate you as well. great season ahead. Looking forward to this season as well. Um, I've got realistic expectations, but I just want to see this team grow. The young players improve, improvement from within. Tom Thibodeau, that's going to be one of the biggest talking points all season. How much does he change or evolve or use this squad? Um, does he just go hell for leather for wins as well and run guys into the ground? Um, I'm hopeful not, because I don't think he's going to get any roster as deep as this. If he's not going to want to use, this squad to its full abilities, then we may not go as far as he really wants us to go. Yep. I mean, the Knicks have enough picks, but I don't want to tank. East Blue Drew says, yep. It's going to be a topic all season long. Um, in terms of like, I'm confident this team's going to be in the playoff race, and it's tricky because we are close to being that scary zone, where you're above 32 wins but below 42 wins. That kind of scary zone that people don't want to be, no man's land, basically. And this year, seeing how crazy the talent is as well, it got me feeling like, only if we were really bad this one season, we might just have scored big. Um, I don't think we're going to be anywhere near as bad to get Victor or Scoot. Well, but if we end up with an amazing, nice prospect as well, I'm looking forward to that. But that, like Quiet says, Victor is scary good. He looks like an even more mobile, polished KP. Yep, with handles, feel for the game. Well, health again. Health is the main thing, fam. And I'm reading quotes saying from GM, some saying that they would still take Scoot as well. Um, but if you pass on Victor, that you might as well possibly get fired with that if you miss out. Right? I'm still holding out for Bronny James. LOL, man. Best believe that would bring LeBron James, man. LeBron James would be a Nick, I think, if we get Bronny. Victor Wembanyama, Sohan, Branham. I just see him going to the Spurs under Pop. Yeah, with that. D says Vic definitely top 3 or 2 pick. Interested how he looks though against NBA physicality and the speed, etc. Yep. The I mean the list of physical tools he has is crazy, but the biggest thing is he's so long in terms of not just his skill set with shooting, shot blocking and that, but his wingspan is so long that even him just being on the court can affect the game. You know, his long limbs can cut off so many passing lanes. He can he can lose a step or two behind a dude and still block the shot, still recover as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how many minutes though he can play. How durable is this guy going to be, man? This France league or wherever it is, it's nothing like an 82 game, season, up in here. It's 82 games. It's physical, like D said. Um, how many minutes can he play? All of those things. It can't be good for your limbs. I'm not trying to be negative here, but yeah, I just see him run. It's like seeing a gazelle. A 7'4" gazelle. Yeah, yeah. Those knee joints, ankles twisting, turning. Yeah, for 30 minutes. I mean, man. Yeah. Cash out says, "Who do you guys see Victor getting drafted by?" I think I got Houston, I got Detroit, and maybe Indiana. They look like they're going all in tank. I think, right? Yeah, absolutely. The many many narratives facts this season, right? That we can't wait to find out with that. It's an untold story right now. We're just heading into the season. We wait and see with bated breath, but we're going to see a lot more better basketball this season, ladies and gentlemen. Right? It's going to be fun with this thing, right? Friday night Knicks, yep, versus Tyrese. I'm excited. Yep, and Parrish, salute, 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 salute. Let's get it. How are you feeling after the first big win? Yep. It was the way we did it, which was the most impressive for me for this situation, right? And just seeing the two main guys that I think are going to have the biggest impact this season straight out have a great game. Well, makes me feel good with Brunson, my team MVP, and RJ, my X factor for this season, right? In terms of how far this squad can go, fam, right? Yeah. Maverick Max says, even though small sample size, yeah, even with the small sample size, with it being preseason and against Detroit, I like what I saw out of Brunson and Hart. They played well with our roster and they're meshed. Yep, facts, right? Thumbs up. Appreciate you. Um, and it was just an early preseason hit out. I think Detroit's figuring that some new pieces out, in that regard. But the Knicks just look so effortless, especially with Brunson on the floor. With that, and with that said, we have a super chat from the one, the only Parish Duggar in the house. Parish says, "We loaded with talent. Our depth must be kept because it's our best asset and it keeps players rested so we can keep the pressure up for 48 minutes defensively." Right. Absolutely. You said it. Appreciate you. Parish, as always, thank you for the contribution. Well, got the streets buzzing this season, and that's what we want to see. Um, Tom Thibodeau, keep players fresh. Well, and I really feel like, you know, trying to be realistic, I don't think he's gonna like go crazy with it, but I think he will be more open to spreading minutes around because there'll be more players he trusts. For example, he trusts IQ down the stretch. He trusts D Rose. He trusts Deuce on the defensive side of the ball, right? He trusts more dudes on this squad. Maybe he'll grow to trust Hartenstein, a lot more. Who knows with that? Yeah. In terms of Victor's landing spot, D says tough to say, Cash, but right now I think even some projected bad teams can be very decent, right? Absolutely agree. But right now it's looking like the Spurs, the Jazz, or OKC. Yep. OKC is going to be fascinating, fam, because I want to see if their talent actually turns the corner and starts to help them win games. Well, I think the Jazz will be really bad as well. I missed out on them. But yeah, I think the Jazz have a really good shot. The Jazz definitely have a really good shot. That's Danny Ainge's wild card, right? He's going all in on that, right? Yep. But also, fam, with our potentially 3 draft picks, let's also consider the fact that maybe the Knicks can trade up. We talk about it every year, but with 3 or 4 picks, we seriously can trade up into the top 8, top 7 in this stacked draft. With that. Yep, Jerry's also got Utah. Yep. Oh man, that's scary. Bodega hit. Imagine Wembanyama and Mobley, the 2 twin towers. That's legit twin towers up in there, fam. Peace, peace, peace. Salute. Duras. Let's get it. Utah will get him. Trust and believe, right? Yep. Yep. I'm with you. They're quiet too. They're going to stink up the joint, right, fam. They don't even have any players left, basically, right? Steve-O in the house. Salute. Let's get it. I hate that we have no shot. Yep. It's going to hurt even more if the Knicks, like I said, are above 32 wins, below 42 wins as well. But I'm not even trying to be negative with that. I know the Knicks are going to be a good team this year as well. We've got the depth, to cover up injuries. We've got talent now. 45 wins is my prediction. Maybe 41 at worst. I think 41 were at worst. And trying to get to the play in. If we do, and then in advance. But hey, if we don't, then it's at least there's a prize at the end of that, right? Yeah. Killer dogs, salute. That Ivy kid gonna be real nice. Yep, he is gonna be real nice, man. His pace is like nothing I've seen. It's like a peak, before peak Westbrook with that. Black coffee, no sugar with clove. Yep, let's get it. Everyone rising and shining with this. Yep, yep. With me on that is D with OKC, right? Yep. How long is it going to be before all those that talent that they keep accumulating is actually going to, you know, click, and start to win a lot of games with that Lou Dort, um, Shea Gilgeous, Chet's out. Obviously, that helps them with that situation, right? Bodega in the house, salute. Appreciate you as always. Yep. Got the merch store opened up as well with direct links with that. Charlotte Hornets could be surprisingly real bad too. Yep. Yep. Victor and LaMelo with that. Um, we heard a little bit of news with Miles Bridges, still the case to be resolved, but the Hornets are in preseason action as well. They're they've got some veteran contracts they're trying to lose as well, and I really feel like Charlotte could be a team that could be a seller at the deadline. Man, they're not going nowhere. They're stuck real quick with that. East Blue Drew says, "I thought Ivy was that star that we needed." LOL. Yeah. As the season goes along, more and more people are going to be happy with the Brunson situation. Um, the best thing about Brunson is that he's 26, so he's not a old player, and we still have him as a building block for the future with that situation with Brunson. So we're not really in any rush. Even 2-3 years down the line, Brunson's still in his prime. Well, so that's what I like about that pickup. Well, yep. Appreciate you, Mav. With that, let's get it. Parrish's Cleveland was so effective because they had 3 7-footers. Yep. No one could match that up. Right now they got Mitchell. Yep. They're more conventional to match up against with Mitchell, like Sexton. Yep. Yeah, with Cleveland, I still got them better than the Bulls. I got them better than potentially better than the Heat, and potentially better than the Raptors. Um, yeah, I think the Cavs are going to be in that 4 to 6 range. Yep, they're no joke. Yep, Eddie F in the house. Salute. What's good, Eddie? How impressed were you with the first hit out? Yeah, but for me, I love what I saw with that situation. Yeah, as we talk about minutes as well, um, it was a perfect kickoff with the right minutes distribution with this situation, fam. Um, Randle, I don't really want to see Randle play any more than 32 this season. That's what I'm hoping for personally with that. Try to get Obi some more looks on the court. Try even go small ball at the four with Cam, with RJ, um, with that situation, right? Uh, let's hope. That's my hope with that. Mitchell Robinson, I know how critical he is to this team's success. I don't really want to see Mitch play any more than 31 minutes, really, especially when I know what Hartenstein, can give this team with that. Jalen Brunson, keep his minutes at 33, 33 max, 35. If it's a close game, we need him down the stretch. Um, like I said, I think there'll be a lot of more blowouts with that situation. Um, but for me, yeah, the number one thing that needs to happen this season is that man on picture, Obi Toppin. We need a resolution to that conundrum. You know, it's a conundrum. Let's hope Julius is locked in, looks real nice this season, and that just opens options up with that situation. Yep, absolutely. Yep, chilling, rocking out. You guys got it on point as well. Best chat in the biz, Knicks Nation, brothers and sisters out here, and yeah, ready to rock out this season, right? We just hope for more answers than questions. We're trying to build this thing, but the draft this season, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a topic all season long. With that, especially with this Victor and Scoot matchup. So early on with that. Eddie says, CT, I love the first possession and how JB was so in charge and just scored on that first action. Yep, done. Everything else was that bonus. Right. Yep. Facts, Eddie. Well, I said that at the beginning of the show. Bam. Yep. He looked calm and control from the get go. Well, he looked every bit that dude that was the starting point guard on a Western Conference contender, and took it to Ivy, penetrated. Well, yeah, that's just a wrinkle of what he's going to bring for this team. The penetration is going to be key. Pause, but we know Tom Thibodeau loves that to get the defense scrambling. It's going to open up the floor, get more shots, easier looks for everybody with that. Um, and like I said, with Brunson's stat line, with Brunson's stat line, with that said, he had in just 20 minutes, man, 16 points with that, and his assists, 5 assists in just 20 minutes. That's crazy. Like, I'm not looking for Brunson to give us 25 a night. Like I said, I'm looking for 17 and an 18 and 8 and something like that. And that's just icing on the cake, because that's probably going to mean RJ gets to his 25 a night. It probably means that Randle's going to be hitting his 24 a night as well consistently. Money making Mitch maybe getting his 15 points a night with that, with Brunson's 8 dimes with that. Yeah, I love his strength too. His stocky frame. He can take contact dribbling, on the drive, and finishing with contact, and being so efficient, around the bucket. Yeah, we have to give up on counting D Rose. Right, he's still good offensively, but after 20 games, his 15-year NBA knees aren't going to be able to guard anyone in the backcourt. That's the worry, Parrish. Yep. And, hopefully they feel the same, because D Rose 6 minutes, keeping him rested, keeping him ready, right, for down the stretch. That's what we need D Rose for, fam, in a close game. Killer says Brunson is from the Western Conference, like Mitchell, so he's just as battle ready as Spider, and has more of a point guard's mentality, right? Learning from Luca was plus also, right? Yeah, you hit Killer with that. Yeah, unselfishness. I think Brunson just lets the defense dictate what he does, And one of my best things from the post game was Tibbs. Tibbs was saying, Brunson can give you whatever you need, right? If you need a bucket, he'll give you that. If there's a pass to be had, an assist, he'll give you that. Well, um, yeah, and it's scary. He's coming into his prime. Western Conference Final, 26 years old. He's still. I think he can still get better. And people might think that Brunson's peaked, but maybe he hasn't peaked yet. Maybe there's 2 more years of growth in Brunson still. Yep. D agrees, but that the Cavs are more of a conventional matchup this year than last year. Yeah, good call, Parrish. Yep. Good observations. Yep. Morning, Nick Nations. Keith up in here. Salute. Let's get it. Because of the lack of elite talent, CT Jalen might average 21 to 22 this season. Yep. Yeah, I think I could definitely still see Jalen scoring a lot. Yep. Um, Considering also the fact I think he's going to be this team's biggest closer. Usually the guy with the ball in their hands is the guy that's going to close the deal. Whether he takes the shot himself, he scores, or he hits RJ running to the cup, or he hits Julius for a shot. Uh, Jalen Brunson's going to be the biggest closer on this team. How do you guys feel about Brunson closing the game next to Rose as well? It's a little small, but if you need a bucket, um, I could see that being a fast finishing lineup. Let's say the Knicks are down 6 with 3 minutes to go, and you need a fast finishing lineup. I could see a Rose Brunson lineup, in those instances, or a quick Brunson lineup with that. Yeah. And salute Steve-O in the house. Appreciate you with the $5 super chat. Got everybody buzzing. Steve-O says, do you see Deuce starting with Brunson? Um, I think Deuce hopefully gets more minutes in preseason, but I think that's a ways off. I think in terms of that happening, Tom Thibodeau, got to evaluate what he has with Quick. I think as the most likely situation. Um, but hey, Deuce maybe being that dude off the bench. The first dude off the bench at some point this season might happen. Um, I think especially with the potential to trade Rose, potential injuries, all of that. Definitely Deuce McBride. He could be this season's biggest wild card with this thing. It was so impressive, Steve O chat. The 6 steals. I mean, that got to wake Tom Thibodeau up. If Tom Thibodeau was losing sleep, then he's not going to be getting much more sleep. Thinking about these potential lineups and closing lineups and and rotations throughout the game, all of those things, man. Um, Deuce McBride, our guard rotation stacked to the rafters right this minute, man, with so many guards up in here. Um, Ryan Archie-Diacono as well. I don't really know why they use that roster spot on him. If I'm keeping it 100, right? Deuce McBride could just be that dude that gives us anything Ryan gives as well. We still know the Knicks have Rocas's rights as well. New Yorker out there with this point, Brunson being the best free agent signing in Knicks history since Allen Houston with that situation. Free agent signing with that, man, sky's the limit for him and this squad. And yeah, I think he's still got some gears he can go to. I think he could be something special at 28, 29 in this league. But I see All-Star in Brunson's future. I do. I do see that him being a multiple time All-Star. Salute to that. Eddie, if Rose is the frosting, great. He can make an impact in 5 minutes. If he's the cake, yet he known we have issues like last year. Yep. Yep. So if Rose is the frosting, great. If he can make an impact in 5 minutes, if he's the cake, yet he known we have issues like last year with that. Yep. He's basically the finisher with that, especially with Brunson's young legs now. Yeah. Yeah. I hope, I'm being optimistic, D, with that average for RJ and Randle. Um, but I do think, yeah, Brunson going to be that scorer on a lot of nights as well. Yeah, I think he's going to real pad their numbers. He's going to real make their stats look real nice. Is Brunson, because every bit that they had to work to get a bucket in the last 2 seasons, buckets are going to come much easier for RJ and Randall now. Well, with a third guy that the defense needs to pay attention to. Yep, with that. New Yorker told ya we were fine without Spider. Yep, keeping this team intact. Right. Yeah, appreciate salute Pudge nice in the house. Let's get it. What are your thoughts on the Deuce situation? Cam injury? Well, looking forward to many more storylines in the next 3 preseason games. Um, I said this in a previous show, but it's tricky with the back-to-back indie games, because it's actually a good time to experiment. To fam, he will be closing, right? Eddie says, "Nah, um, you I think you see 22 to 25 from Randle, 18 to 22 from RJ. Randle will have games where he scores 30 plus and dominate, but not a ton, but he will do it. Yeah. We just got to get him in the right spots, fam, right? Travel vibes, salute in the house. Hope all's well. Yep. This is Hewlett. Appreciate you, Hewlett. Yep, rocking out with the travel vibes out here. D says Brunson and Rose definitely work in the backcourt offensively, but defensively will be a different picture, right? Yep. I'd be against using that for much more than the last 3 minutes, fam. Definitely. Like I said, I think the best scenario for that would be the Knicks are down 5 points with a minute to go, down five. And you need to score. I think you need to put points on in a hurry. Yeah, New Yorker says our future is so bright. I have to wear shades. Right? Facts. Yeah. One thing I'm putting that energy out there, everyone, is clean health, bill of health, health and prosperity to this Knicks squad, and health prosperity to everybody out here as well. We all know how frustrating injuries can be, and seeing our players, miss time. Well, I just want to see this Knicks squad healthy all season and see what they can do. Right? Yep. Absolutely deuce time. Right? Facts. Yep. Uh, Eddie says CT the arc is much better a shooter than Deuce right now. That's all I got. He's a gritty dude and tight with Brunson apparently too. Yep. Yep. Completely agree, fam. Again, familiarity is what this team loves. Notice they keep bringing the same dudes back on 10 days. You know, um, they'll probably bring back Wayne Selden or something at some point this season. Theo Pinson. Um, this squad loves dudes that they're familiar with. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, but yeah, I think the best point you made was that the fact that he's boys with JB. Yep. Having those two Villanova dudes in the locker rooms as well, going to be good for chemistry for that. But but Ryan can ball. Like he's not just a practice player as well. He could give you minutes. Well, Walter, salute. This is just the beginning. We play if we play team ball, we share the rock, play unselfish, play team D on offense, hold each other accountable. Right, it'll be popping. Right, facts, Walter. Appreciate you got the streets buzzing, and I agree with the team ball. Play unselfish, play hard defensively. Yep, this team can win 45 plus wins. Right, best believe that with that situation. Um, Tom Thibodeau, he could be the most scrutinized dude just from the fact that this roster is real, stacked. Basically, stacked is that word I'm going to use. Right, we got so many spots, with this situation. D's World of Hoops, that's my bold prediction, is that Brunson will be an all-star this year. Man, salute, salute, salute with that situation, man. If it comes this season, that's just going to be even more amazing, right? In his first year as a Nick, um, he looks ready, ready to take on that mantle, ready to do it, ready to prove to people that he actually got more to his game than meets the eye. Um, we all know every NBA baller got an ego, right? Now, it's no shame being a sidekick to Luca of all people. But having said that, man, for a guy to believe in himself, where it's like, man, no, I want to take on a bigger role. I want to take on that next big role and do more for myself, do more for my career. In New York, right? We've got a few super chats to hit on. The chat is absolutely buzzing. Eddie F, appreciate you. Eddie F's contribution. He says, "What do you think our smartest lineup is in terms of ball IQ?" Right. Great question, Eddie. I've not had this question before, but it's pivotal because smart lineups help us close games out too. Smart players on the floor make the right plays. Um, I'll throw some fun at you, fam. I'll throw let me throw to you a Brunson, Deuce, RJ, um, I'll probably at the 4. Let me throw you Obi, and let me throw you Hartenstein at the 5. Yep, just something fun. I'll throw at you for that. Yeah, great question, EDF. Appreciate you as well. Tom from Huntington with the 1999 super chat got us buzzing. Salute. Tom says Brunson is the guy. Picked last in 5-on-5 playground ball, but then he torches, outscores, outplays nearly everyone. High IQ, skill, heart can't be measured. Great show. Let's go, Knicks. Salute, 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 Tom. Let's get it. I can feel the excitement, the energy coming through out here as well. Knicks Nation's the best in the biz, and I appreciate you all. Yep, this whole chat, Knicks fam, buzzing. Um, we've only had one preseason game, but we like what we saw. It's exciting. The way they did it was the most exciting thing. It ain't even about the score or the result. It was just the way the Knicks played. They looked like a cohesive unit. They looked like they know where to be. Players knew their role. Players looked like they had more to give as well. We see the minutes, distribution being very modest. Players picked each other up. They played well defensively. I mean, we ticked every single box, basically. But in the words of D, the chat, everyone else, we've got to see what we look like against better opposition as well. Like we want to see Victor Wembanyama play against NBA opposition and physicality. Um, I'm high on this Knicks team, and they're just going to continue to build chemistry. Well, but yeah, I really look forward to seeing that Washington matchup, that final preseason, like get ready, the NBA season is around the corner kind of matchup against Bradley Beal, KP, Kyle Kuzma, and the players that they drafted, Hachimura. Well, that Washington game is going to be probably the biggest test, of preseason. But yeah, Tom's spot on with Brunson. Um, that's how we're all feeling right now. Um, he's been knocked his whole life. Brunson, doubted, underrated as well. He's been a winner in college, high school, pros. Um, and I guess you got to salute also Tom Thibodeau, Leon Rose, the front office, for knowing this guy and putting their money where their mouth is. Bringing him in, you know, understanding the impact that he's going to have is huge. You know, and it's not just about the family connection. It's about them really feeling like he's going to make an impact with the New York Knicks. With that situation, fam. Um, let's put it out there. All-Star year, Jalen Brunson, right? We can salute everyone, give everyone their flowers, and like Dee said, and I think John Schmelk, who was on the show, also his bold prediction was Brunson being an All-Star this year, right? Yep, absolutely. Let's get it. Yep, and D also says Brunson is what you want your 15-man roster to be built like. With that, yep, he's strong. He's a team first guy. Um, he's a leader as well. How badly have the Knicks needed that leadership, right? Yep, Eddie follows up on the hoops IQ thing. I think you got to include Fournier. Now I shut up. Thanks, fam, for your patience. No, you good. I threw a fun one at you, fam, but yeah, the Knicks do have some smart players. I left out IQ. Um, yeah, funnily, I left IQ out in the IQ lineup. But yeah, I like defensive IQ. I think Deuce McBride is just like he sees the play happening before it happens, as well. So I like Deuce. I threw Deuce in there as well. But yeah, Fournier pretty smart. Fournier knows the game, right? From the international game to the NBA game as well, right? Yep, you rocking with that, fam. Yep. Cash out, putting it out there too. We'll have a top 5D. Yep. Top 5D, top 5 offense. Yep. Cash out with the on point. Well, I think we definitely have above league average D. If it's top 5, then you, me, the chat, Knicks Nation will be buzzing. Tom Thibodeau probably the most with that. But the top 5, the top 10 offense got me most excited, fam. Yep. Yep. Give us your bold predictions. Cash out, chat. Time to put it out there, man. We'll pull up the receipts. New Yorker says, I keep the team intact and roll with it. And we get better and better and better, yet with chemistry. And we are a set age, wise to progress. Yep. Yep. Like I said, if we lose Fournier and Deuce, and Rose, I think this average squad's age will be among the youngest in the league. Well, at least in the lower half, I think. Yep. Yep. And to follow up on Cash's point, that would mean we're a top 5, 6 team. Yep, no lies. Top 5, top 6 team with that. Brunson take a big leap, averaging 22 and 9. He gets most improved and makes All-Star. RJ takes a big leap, averages 23, 6 and 3, becomes All-Star. Mitch, all defensive team. Hey, you stole that one from me. No, you good. Mitch, all defensive team, and we make the playoffs, right? Yep. Playoffs, not play in. Yep. Yeah, nice. Put it out there, fam. Yep. Shout out to the haters as well, right? Like Pudge says, salute. In terms of that, man, people thought that Brunson's salary was an overpay. Look at what some people are getting. I mean, the salary's going to go up. I mean, you can't count his impact, what it's going to be on this team until you see it. You know, and he played next to the most ball dominant guy in Luka Doncic, right? Jalen Brunson didn't even have a chance to have the ball in his hands, you know, and have his true maximum impact with that thing, right? Yep. That would be a fantastic season, right? Yep, cherry on the cake. You have Brunson and Fournier, high IQ in the backcourt, running the team. Look out with 46 to 48 wins. Yep, says Walter. Yep, I like it. Yep, we out here buzzing. Yeah, to me, you know, my safe bets were Brunson as the team MVP, RJ as the X factor of this team, right? And they made me look pretty good in terms of their first hit out together with that. The 2 standouts of the game against Detroit, 16 points, 5 assists, efficient, 7 of 9 from JB, RJ with 21 points. Well, in limited minutes, 5 rebounds, shot very efficient from RJ for 8 of 14. And that's what you want. That's what you want. I think RJ can definitely have a bigger scoring season, but also more efficient with that situation, right? So yeah, everyone out here buzzing, getting on their grind. Have a blessed day. With that said, we're going to show some love to Jay Boogie, the one, the only Jay Boogie, the closer. Dropped a banger this week to hype the season. Yep. Knicks did. Yep. Absolutely. The chat did. The Knicks did. And we're going to get it on Friday night Knicks. On Friday night when we put the beat down on the indie Pacers, the pacemakers as well. And it's going to be fun without here. Yep. The East is a beast. Like Cash Out says, yep. Brunson, the best player on the team. JJ on point. Welcome, salute. Let's get it. Appreciate you, everyone out here, contributions as well. Got the chat buzzing. Great show. Thanks, Eddie F. Peace out, Mav. Yep. Everyone was efficient, like JJ said, right? Facts. Yep. Completely agree with that. You know, and it's funny when you keep dudes' minutes down low, and dudes can be fresh, right? Yep. Props to the closer. We here, stay well, peace, prosperity to everyone. D's World of Hoops, check that out. Doing good things, check it out, and have a great season. It's going to be awesome covering this league. And the Knicks with the chat, showing so much love out here. The best community out here, Knicks Nation, salute. MH, appreciate you. Quiet Money, always on the money, salute as well. One more day to the end of the week, ladies and gentlemen, on your grind. Let's get it. One more day. It'll be TGIF. Cash out, salute. Salute, salute, salute. No doubt, JJ. Rocking out. Let's get it on the next one. Salute J Boogie. We out.